welcome to my world. Today another recent video game pickups video, and today is themed around a new console I picked up, the Sega Mega Drive. Well, technically the Sega Mega Drive 2. A couple of months back my friend was going through some of his old stuff at his parents' house and he uncovered a bag with Sega Mega Drive 2, controllers and a bunch of games. So we decided to get rid of them and give them to me because, you know, I'm the guy that collects retro games and loves gaming. He's no use for them now, so handed them to me. Unfortunately, his Mega Drive wasn't working particularly well. Screen quality was pretty terrible, and the connection for the TV, you plug in the cable. I bought two brand new cables for it, and it would just constantly drop out connection as if it wasn't plugged into the TV anymore. So I picked up a newer one. This one does connect fine, though the picture quality is still pretty bad, so it must just be the Mega Drive 2, I don't know. Doesn't matter how I connect it to the TV. If it's normally when I record, obviously composite or component hooks into a little box and then it converts it to a HDMI signal so I can record it properly. But even when I just plug it straight into the back of the TV using a normal cable, picture quality is just pretty bad. So I don't know, it must just be the Mega Drive 2 and my TV. But I'm not too bothered, you know, it's not too awful, everything's certainly playable. The controls he gave me though were the original 3-button ones. One of them, the D-pad is broken, another one, 2 of the buttons are broken. But Jesus Christ, they are terrible controllers. They feel cheap and really flimsy, crappy quality plastic, and just everything about them's terrible. So I did splash out on a 6-button one, which cost me more than it did to get a replacement console. But they're not the best controller I've used, but Jesus Christ, this thing so much better than the original 3-button controllers. So if anyone's interested in getting a Sega Mega Drive, for the love of God, get hold of a 6-button controller. Far better. So this is really my first sort of taste of a Mega Drive. I was a Nintendo guy growing up. My friends, obviously, he had a Mega Drive, but I don't recall ever playing his Mega Drive. I only recall playing consoles at his house during the PS1 era and upwards, so, you know, who knows. And I had another friend who, I know he had a Master System. I think I might have recalled playing that a couple of times, but never a Mega Drive, so yeah, this is all really kind of new to me. I know a lot of the games. I've played some on emulators in the past, some on the virtual consoles, on the Wii and Wii U, but that's really it. Anyway, my friend also had a bundle of games and I've bought some afterwards. So we'll go through the ones first that my friend gave me. We have, funnily enough, a Genesis game. So it's obviously the American version, and King's Bounty, The Conqueror's Quest, and it looks like a military strategy game. He didn't like it as a kid because he had no idea what he was doing. I recorded a bit of footage of it and I have no idea what I'm doing either, and I even consulted the manual, as beaten up as it is. But you know, there it is, the good old EA cartridges with the yellow tab thing. Don't know why they had to be different, but yeah, so there's that game. Another game, FIFA International Soccer. How terribly exciting. This is a football game. It's a 16 meg game as well. Magical. No manual with this one though, but again, another EA game, so it's got the weird cartridge. I played a little bit of it, and it's not too bad, I suppose. Some of the older footballer games, they're not great, but you can't go wrong with, I guess, the official FIFA ones. You've got all the players, you run, you kick the ball, you shoot. It is what it is. Next is Jurassic Park, which is also a pretty bad game, to be honest. It's got the cool, sort of like digitised graphics, I think. It kind of looks like that anyway. Yeah, I'd say that's what it was, and it kind of reminds me of the Home Improvement game, which is not a good thing because that's a terrible game as well. So can't say I've really enjoyed playing any of this, but I own it now, so yay! Just pop out. Of course, he had to own Sonic the Hedgehog. There. Oh, and of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This is supposedly the best one. Load of shite, the both of them. Thankfully, though, he did have a good game that he could give me. Not only a good game, but 3, because it's 3 in 1. It's the Mega Games 2 collection with the Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage, and Golden Axe. Revenge of Shinobi, he was a cool ninja dude going around throwing stars and hitting things with samurai sword, and it's pretty great. Streets of Rage, side-scrolling beat 'em up, love the Streets of Rage series. The second one is my favourite, but the first one's still really, really good. And then you have Golden Axe, another side-scrolling beat 'em up, only settings on like Fantasyland. You got your dwarves and elves and the big bulked-up warriors. You've got swords and axes and magic. It doesn't hold up as well as what I remember it, or maybe I'm just thinking of possibly the sequel. If the sequel's a little bit better, but it's still fun games. But you know, Streets of Rage is definitely my favourite from that. And then, of course, I've also picked up some of my own games for it. The first game is Talbot Adventure. It's by Namco, and it's a 2D platformer. It's pretty odd. I think it had a different name overseas, but it's kind of like Namco's got its own theme park, and it's I don't know, they've got like cameos of other Namco characters, but it's only kind of like the theme park's only sort of like a setting, and you're going through platforming and killing enemies and get these weird unique power-ups that shoot out huge like waves of energy around you. You can use it to kill enemies and collect pickups and things, and it's kind of decent. I got it on the cheap, 2D platformer, which is what I love the 16-bit era for the most. So I'll have to pick it up. Next up, Alisa Dragoon. A game I'd heard a lot about prior to getting the Mega Drive, and was certainly on my list to get. Another 2D side-scrolling, action-y, platformer-y thing where you go around and you're basically like the Emperor from Star Wars, and you're shooting lightning at everything. And you're sort of like a dragon or a monster that you can level up, and he helps out and things. And it's a really, really cool game. Not sure what the story is exactly. I didn't really sort of play much of it to get the story. I was just busy shooting things with electricity and just recording footage mainly for this video. But it comes highly recommended by quite a few people. Next up is a game you might recognise because I have had it for quite a while. In the first and sadly only Retro Crate unboxing video that I did before the Retro Crate site went under, I unboxed one of the crates, and inside was a Mega Drive game. Toe Jam and fucking hell. I do not like the Toe Jam and Earl game. I do not. I have a history with it. When I first bought the Wii, and the Wii Virtual Console came out, it was like, oh wow, you can get all these cool older games from all the systems, the ones that I've never had. Never had the Mega Drive, what should I get, you know? And I bought the Nintendo magazine, and it gave a list of some games that you should totally try out. One of them was Toe Jam and Earl, so I bought it. And it's fucking weird and shitty and terrible. So what was the first Mega Drive game I got to add to my collection? Toe Jam and fucking hell. Right, the next game, really pleased with this. I got this package, it's 2-in-1, and I bought it for the same price that you would normally have bought one of the games for. It's part of the Disney collection, and Disney plus 16-bit platformers usually equaled awesomeness. Here we have Quackshot, starring Donald Duck, and Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. Yes! If there is one game I would want the Mega Drive for, it is Castle of Illusion, given how hyped it is by pretty much everybody. And it's really fucking good. I was recording footage and got so far, then stopped, and then a bit later I was like, you know, I really just want to play that game. So I didn't have the recording stuff set up, and I just played through about, you know, 3 or 4 different levels and loved it. Backshot, very interesting game, where you have 3 levels, I believe, from the start, and you go back and forth between them. You have to collect a certain item to continue on to another area in one of the levels, because you can only get so far. So you switch between levels, and once you get different items, you can unlock more of the levels. Really cool idea, one that I'm very much going to enjoy playing through. Of course, with a new console, I have to collect now all the wrestling games for it for my collection. So, I started off with WWF Super WrestleMania. I own the Super Nintendo version, and now I own the Mega Drive version. The rosters are slightly different. I believe there's like 2 different people on this, and then 2 different people on the SNES version or something. Got the cartridge, no manual for it unfortunately, but you know, not particularly bothered much about that. And lastly, another wrestling game. This one I believe was exclusive for the Mega Drive, or at least for Sega at the time, and it is Wrestle War. And no idea what I'm doing with it, but I just sort of plugged it in, played it, and didn't look at the manual. So when I get round to giving it a proper try, I might actually read the manual and see what the hell you do. Yeah, so that is my current Sega Mega Drive collection now that I'm finally on the console. Again, I've always been a Nintendo fan, never really cared for Sega much. The Master System, I've no real interest in it. The Saturn, don't care. The Dreamcast, I hate. You know, but the Mega Drive, you know, I've never despised it. Just always, personally, from what I've seen of games, I think the SNES is better overall. And now that I own the 2, I'm very happy with it. There's a lot of games here that I bought that I'm happy with. I've got a huge list of other games that I want to get for it, and I am liking it very much, but I still prefer the SNES. So, I'm Big Cal, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.